As the state of Georgia imposes restrictions on abortion, a number of multinational corporations have decided to take a stand and no longer do business with the state. Among them, Disney, Netflix, and Warner Media.
I think if it becomes law, it'll be very difficult to produce, or I rather doubt we will.
We have many women working on productions in Georgia whose rights, along with millions of others, will be severely restricted by this law. Should it ever come into effect, we'd rethink our entire investment in Georgia.
If the new law holds, we will reconsider Georgia as the new home to any new productions.
But how consistent are these corporations? For example, Netflix recently blocked an episode in Saudi Arabia as a favor to the monarchy.
Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, a.k.a. MBS, was hailed as the reformer the Arab world needed. But the revelations about Khashoggi's killing have shattered that image.
We strongly support artistic freedom worldwide and only removed this episode in Saudi Arabia after we had received a valid legal request.
But Saudi Arabia is not exactly a haven for women's rights and progressive thinking.
On its face, it's pretty ironic because those countries have pretty egregious human rights issues. It's more about a political game that's being played rather than any kind of actual feelings towards the issue.
And then there's Warner Media. They have a very long-standing relationship with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In fact, Prince Al-Walid bin Talal was a 5% shareholder in Time Warner at one point. And what about Disney? They've been known to put on performances of their best-known acts in Bahrain, the last one just over a year ago. Of course, they never really consider the laws of these U.S.-aligned autocratic kingdoms. For example, there's one law that legalizes rape just so long as marriage follows the crime.
When you're talking about greater issues, abortion, guns rights, things like that, they should stay away from it. But again, that goes back to the whole PR part of it. You want to be relevant culturally to heighten your brand recognition out there in the world, and also to position yourself better in a particular place where you're doing business. They wouldn't do this thing in the Middle East. You know, a lot of money comes from Saudi, Qatar, UAE. They're not going to go over there and say these particular things because they know in that part of the world, this will not be tolerated. But when you're talking about the bigger company, Disney itself, you still have the big boss, Bob Iger, and some of the higher level executives who want to preserve their own image for any kind of potential political run in the future, and also for the overall image of the greater company, Disney.
Yes, these American mainstream media and entertainment conglomerates love to virtue signal and act like they're sticking it to Georgia and to the Republicans. However, just like they're wheeling and dealing with Middle Eastern petro-autocracies, it seems like their recent outrage over abortion has more to do with marketing than with principles. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.